Alright, there we go. Live again, another Tuesday night of racing here, the Hobo Racing League. We are back at Charlotte. Of course, it was still Lowe's Motor Speedway, the first time that we went here, and now we're at the 2011 version. So, slight differences, but all in all, I think this track is going to be behaving pretty similarly based on what we were seeing. But if the chase continues, we will be halfway through the chase after tonight. Only 5 races to go after the conclusion of this one. So, hey, that championship battle is still going to be on everyone's at the forefront of everyone's mind. And we will certainly be taking a look at the standings heading into this thing in just a moment. Just before we do so, though, hello to my cohort once again, Mr. Zach Rogers, back up here yet again.
Yes, sir, Andrew. We're here at Charlotte, everyone's favorite intermediate, a track everyone has a really good setup for. This should be the most competitive race of the chase yet. Quite possibly the most competitive race aside from Talladega, which is our known wild card. So tonight could be a make or break night. You've got Keith McLean with a great points lead coming in over Caleb Lingle and Herman Reese. And don't count out Jeff Stekenis or Steve Grant quite yet. So as long as Keith can get a solid run here, not lose too many points to those behind him, he'll be in great standing next week at Vegas.
And into Vegas with, of course, that being the game version. So it's flat Vegas. So those who favor the flat tracks will certainly be licking their chops for that one. Flat-ish.
Flatter Vegas. It's still 14 degrees of banking. It's a pretty banked track. It's not flat compared to like New Hampshire. You know, there's still decent banking on that track, but yes, it is not like New Vegas. It's more comparable to like I don't even know if it's got more or less banking than Darlington. It might be closer to like a Darlington-ish per se.
Yeah. We'll have to look into that a little closer then. But qualifying has concluded here. And wouldn't you believe it? 1, 2, 3 in the point standings are 1, 2, 3 on the starting lineup. Zach, if you would like to have the honors of going down the qualifying order.
Yes, sir. Keith McLean on pole now for the 11th time this season. He might be trying to chase after Caleb Lingle's record 13 here. See if he can't tie Caleb as we get towards the end of this season. Caleb, though, joins him on the front row. Herman Reese, Steve Grant in row 2. So you got 1, 2, 3, and then you have 5th in points, Steve Grant in 4th. Wiley King and 4th in the points, Jeff Stekenis are in row 3. Harry Kodian hoping for great things tonight for Harry. Knock on wood. Don't want to jinx him before the race has even started. He's in row 4 with Fugate, Jason San Diego, and Randy Smith round out the top 10. Eddie Rayleigh, Steve Rubino, row 6. Ryan Johnson, Duke Sorensen, row 7. Ricky Bumbalo, Troy Donahue in row 8. And Dan Rubino, last one to set time, will start in 17th. He's joined by Irv Johnston in row 9. And Ron Simpson rounds out our 19-car grid.
Strong grid for this one. And, yep, as you said, 1, 2, 3 in the points. And then you got 5th in the points there in 4th place with Steve Grant. Steve Grant, 96 back of the points lead. Jeff Stekenis, 4th in points, 70 back. But then you've got those top 3 there relatively close together. Herman Reese and Caleb Lingle, only 3 points separating those two. 58 back for Herman, 55 back for Caleb. They are all, of course, chasing down Mac Daddy, who has that 55-point cushion heading into this one. Had a great recovery drive up to 3rd place at Kansas last week, but oh, what could have been had he not had that foil coming into pit road. Speaking of pit road, I was just thinking about this prior to getting this thing started. And Zach, at least in my experience, Charlotte, I feel, tends to be one of the more challenging pit entries. I don't know, what would you say is your experience when it comes to that?
I don't know. I feel like it's pretty simple pit road entry. I mean, This one is probably going to be a little more difficult because you got those cones there at the end of pit road, and they start where the grass starts. So this one, I would say, is going to be a little harder. You're going to have to brake sooner in turn 4 to get down there, load up. But game track, I feel like it's a pretty easy pit road to get on because you turn down off of turn 4 and you can still carry some speed until you get to the pit line. So it's actually a pretty easy pit road to get onto, in my opinion. But those cone lines there, not sure if that's where speed officially starts or not, but we'll have to watch some guys here to find out.
There's 45 miles per hour, the regular mile-and-a-half pit road speed limit, as everyone's just getting in their final reps here.
Gonna watch Wiley King here, see where he hits 45. It looks like it's not the cone line. Looks like it might be pit stall, so that cone line might just be for show. See if I can find someone else who's going to go in the pit road here.
Practice it while you can, that's for sure. Harry Cody, I'm bringing her in.
See what Harry does here. Harry, it looks like, is going to go down the pit speed for the cone. It looks like there might be some potential confusion on where it starts. Could be the cone, could be the stall. Looks like most guys are aiming for the cone. So we will see. That could be something to look out for in the race if we get green flag pit stops.
Hopefully so, indeed. This being a mile and a half, I gotta imagine pit window we'll be looking in the realm of probably around 30-ish, maybe 32.
Charlotte typically is a little longer than, say, a Kansas, so it'll depend. But I would like to say 31 to 33 for tonight. Gotcha. You might see some guys be able to go 34, but that'll depend on fall off and how much guys fall off and all that stuff. So I would say probably 31 to 33 for now.
And speaking of fall off, any particular expectations for what we might see out there?
Well, looking at the track I&I, it's similar to game lows night. So I would say a second a fall off for most, maybe a few tenths more for others.
Roger that. It was not a pun on your name.
Wow, how could you? No, I'm just kidding.
I know. I'm horrible.
Not that bad.
Unless it's New Hampshire, then I'm horrible to everybody. Just ask everybody that spun. But there will be no jinxing tonight, just like last week. Yield is getting ready to take the grid here in just a few moments. I'm with you. I think that this is going to be one of the more competitive races that we're going to be seeing. I kind of circled this on the calendar myself as far as what we may see in terms of craziness, in terms of close racing, in terms of these guys being a little more tight-knit as compared to what we see in these first few races of the chase. As everybody's starting to grid up. 120 laps on the counter for tonight. So that should put them 1, 2, 3 stopper. I think I had my math correct on that one. We're just waiting for everybody to hop onto the grid. Waiting on Herman. There he is.
Drivers, start your engines!
Still have yet to ask him about that biscuit receipt. We'll definitely have to make that a point if we're able to talk to him tonight. As the field rolls. And this long season, it is coming to a close here very, very quickly. And again, just seeing it all play out throughout the season has been so much fun. So awesome. And I will always thank these guys for putting their faith in myself to bring this to the airwaves. And of course, thank you to Mr. Rogers next to me here for being with me for a good chunk of that journey. Thank you, Zach, seriously, for all your help.
Happy to do it with you, brother. Happy to do it with you.
Mac Daddy, Caleb Lingle here on the front row. Herman Reese, Steve Grant in row number 2. Keith, the points leader, on a pretty good hot streak here of good finishes. Can he keep that up tonight? Will Caleb or Herman be able to swoop in and try to cut into that 55-point lead? Or will someone else come up and get themselves into this title fight? We'll find out in 120 laps time here in North Carolina. Going at the wall. Mac Daddy picking up where he left off and getting out to a nice lead here. Caleb Lingle nearly got into the wall there in turn 2, but thankfully did not. He's going to keep that thing straight. He's pulled a bit away from the 73. Everyone trying to feel out these things. These corner exits tend to get a little loose, especially turn 4. So that may be the spot to watch out for any potential problems, especially with the grass being there, but we'll find out. Everyone trying to go down to single file here. 120 laps. This is a little bit of a longer race compared to some of the others that we've had lately. So try to file in, get your groove going, and click off as many laps as you can and hope to make it to green flag pit stops.
Yeah, Charlotte's a very rhythm type speedway. There's, like I said, only about a second of fall off, so you're practically running the same corner speed, mid corner almost every lap. You're lifting at the same points. You're basically driving at the same every lap. It's just going to get that little bit tighter at the center each lap, and then how loose it is, you can't run it too fast or it'll come out around from your on corner exit.
Field still just all kind of minding their P's and Q's right now. Some kind of close net racing here. You got Fugate with Harry Kodian all over him. Ryan Johnson got pretty close to Eddie Rayleigh there going into corner entry, but they kind of settle it down a little bit. Little wash up there for the 22. And Fugate maybe looking to make the move, but going to opt better of that for the time being. Oh, just as we say that, there's the 11 going around and the 22. And Jeff is in it, and we got other guys coming in here.
Oh, they're plowing in there. It's the huge one on lap 6.
That's not good.
That got massive really quickly. Jeff Stekenis is destroyed. Huge chase implications.
He was definitely in the hunt, and he's done for the evening on the 6th lap, as you said.
Steve Grant also involved. Actually, he might have got a woe down. Nope, he was in the grass.
I think the 11 is actually what may have caused this.
It looks like he got a little wiggly, and then, yep, Jeff had nowhere to go. Jason had nowhere to go. Jason, actually, looking at it, it looked like Jason was going to just squeak by, but he came in and just got right in the door of Jeff at the last second, and then there's just a smoke screen. Duke Sorensen piled into San Diego, and that piled into Stekenis even more, and then when they came back down, Irv Johnston got involved.
Bumbalo got a good piece of that as well. And I saw Dan Rubino spinning on pit road as well. That, yeah, you said that's a huge one, and it didn't take long. That's all it takes. Just one bobble.
Looked like Steve almost maybe wiggled it to the white line down there. And oh, yeah, Jeff hit the outside wall a ton on the first impact.
Oh. Irv Johnson, there's Sorensen. Eddie Rayleigh spun it. trying to miss everybody. Harry Codian with a great save. Had to call that out when I saw it, but
I'd say a good onboard for this one would be Stakanis from the cockpit.
we get a quick look here from the 31's point of view once I get this reround to the right spot. But man, no one's definitely not his fault. Just in front of him there, and there's the initial hit, another hit, and here comes the big hit right there. As San Diego got knocked into him, and NR Physics took over there for a moment. And realistic damage is not going to help anything on that front. Just the Canis race is over even before it got going.
We lost 2 top 10 cars there. We lost Jason San Diego as well.
Goodness. Yeah, as you said, chase implications, championship implications. Jeff Stakanis was 4th in points, 70 back coming into this. He's going to be hoping for a miracle after that. Some other guys are definitely going to be a little worse for wear after that occurred. I would imagine guys like Ricky Bumblow, who I think got involved in that. Obviously, Steve Grant's going to be hurt. Sorensen's got damage. I think Herb Johnston may have some damage as well. Dan Rubino's back there as well, but I'm not sure if he really got into anybody or anything, so he might be A-okay. Top 3 remain the same. Top 5 will be rounded out by Wiley King and Fugate after early trouble here at Charlotte.
Well, it's bad for Jeff and Steve. This is great for Keith, for one. And then if Caleb and Herman can capitalize here and finish ahead of Keith tonight, that'll be good for them too, because they'll gain on Keith for one, and then they'll have less drivers to really worry about for two. Though the focus usually when you're behind in the points is you're only really worried about the guy leading the points. You're not really worried about the guys around you. But it is in the back of your mind typically. Like if I'm running 3rd in the race and I'm 2nd in the points, and I know Jeff is only 15 points behind me, if Jeff's in front of me, I'm like, well, shoot, like Jeff's gaining 5 points on me, so that means he's a lot closer to me. So I would say in terms of how close Jeff was to Caleb and Herman, this is a pretty big thing for Herman and Caleb in terms of who do I have to worry about, especially with Dega coming up, because Dega, you know, now Jeff has had a bad race here. Now Jeff has to have a great race at Dega if he wants to get back in the fight, and he has to hope that the other guys have a bad race.
Oh yeah, but yeah, if things continue to pan out this way, then yeah, like you said, these guys could just kind of focus on each other, kind of make it a 3-horse race. The less guys in the fight, the less you have to worry about, the more that you can just concentrate on 1 or 2 specific aspects of the fight, as opposed to like a Royal Rumble type scenario. Come to lap 10 here, and we are back underway after very early major incident. Caleb right on the tail of 28 this time, but once again, he's going to wash up just a little bit. He's got a little side-to-side going there. Man, the restarts for that 28. If the start in this first restart or anything to go off of, boy, I think the field's going to be hoping we don't have too many of these restarts. He is taken off.
Like I said, though, Andrew, you can take off, but if you get that right rear too hot, you're going to go around.
Yeah. And I know Keith don't like that car tight, rather. So that thing might be dancing later on. We'll obviously wait and
Oh,
find out.
Keith McLean can drive a loose race car. I've seen him drive on Game Indy. That Game Indy set, you got to make it loose as can be to be fast on the long run. Me and him both, we were running a race a few months ago. We were both hanging on for dear life, and we were hanging on. He can drive. So, usually this being one of his less drinking nights, as he likes to call it, because he likes to focus more on tonight, he'll be fine. He'll be hanging on good as long as he doesn't hit that white line. I think that white line, you don't want to touch it. It gets your car all sorts of wigged out.
I think also as long as he didn't take too many lessons from KJ, I think he'll be in pretty good shape. But when they're looking a little racy behind them there, we're checking at about 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. The King all over Herman. Fugate tried to make a couple peaks on the 95. And the 78 is right there as well. Still got Eddie Rayleigh, who's right behind them, who despite going for a spin through the grass there in that big Rick, is still showing in 7th place at the moment. Ricky Bumbaloo looking pretty okie dokie as well in 8th. Top 10 currently rounded out by Steve Rubino and Ron Simpson as they run. Shout out to Francis in chat. Good to see you, my man.
Speaking of old CCR, I see you got some more races planned this week.
Yes,
Busy
sir.
week for you this week.
Oh, yeah.
Ryan Johnson in the wall.
Oh, that could have been a big one, part 2.
Yeah, he got some good grace there from Eddie.
Gonna lose 2 positions out of it. 112 and 85 will get by him, but once again, turn 4 catches another one. Oh, we got the other ones getting squirrely there. Both Kodian and Irv Johnston both managed to save it off at 2.
Steve Grant is continuing, but he is down a full second on pace from that accident, so that is tough to see. He's going to need some kind of help here. He needs the top 3 to wreck each other and be back here with him to minimize damage.
Yeah. Steve Grant 5th in points. I think 96 back was the number, and yeah, he needs some good fortune. Obviously, already he's gone the opposite way in this race, but like I said, you never know in these deals. But what I was just getting at was, yeah, it is going to be a busy week on the channel here. Obviously, we got tonight. We got Thursday and Friday CCR coverage. Thursday night championship finale race from Daytona. And then the second to last race of the Error 88 series season this Friday night from Nashville. And then just when you thought you couldn't get enough of it, prime time on Saturday and fast on Sunday. So it's a busy time here on the channel, and I am looking forward to seeing what all these leagues are going to be able to put on for us. Zach, I know you're looking forward to Sunday.
Oh, wrong button. Yep. Yeah, Sunday, it's going to be fun. I don't want to talk about it too much. Not the sack show.
Yeah, fair enough.
Oh, someone went through the grass, it looks like. Looks like they saved it because I don't see anybody lagging back too far. But
no.
There's a little dust cloud. I'm going to see if I can't find out what happened here.
And while we were looking at that, Wiley King has now found himself in a podium position. Just got by Herman there for the 3rd position. How about Wiley? Got the 2 wins on the season, though, so...
Oh, that was Ryan Johnson.
And 95 knows how to wheel it, but my goodness.
Oh, Ryan got loose coming off of turn 4 behind Ricky Bumbaloo. That thing's still stepping out, and he gave it a quick pop on the brake.
Speaking of stepping out. Caution out? I think we got caution.
Yep. Dan Rubino.
Oh, Irv Johnston and
this is
Randy
a pretty big wreck.
Smith.
Oh, this was a lick and a half for Irv Johnson, I believe. Got loose and then overcorrected, and oh my lord.
I don't like the sound of that.
I think the 49 and 10 are done. they crushed the wall. They yeah. That kind of wreck used to kill people right there.
Running P12. Yep, there's the loose. Oh my. Oh, yeah. Oh,
I
but
think
Dan.
overcorrecting is the worst thing you could have done there. I'm surprised Irv's car is still even running. Randy's on pit road.
He is
Or no,
billowing smoke. I could definitely say that.
Randy's is still running. He doesn't have smoke, but that thing's totaled. Those guys are done. I mean, if they continue, they're gonna be more off pace than Steve Grant. Like they ain't even gonna make it the 4th year.
Man, you'd be hard pressed to find a lick that hard this season. Holy moly!
And two cars at the same time, no less. I mean,
yeah, that's all the
lick.
force. All force going into that one. Yeah, he just overcorrected that tiny bit, and Randy Smith was there, and contact was made, and boy, yeah, that almost reminds you of things that you don't want to be reminded of. And Dan Rubino also with severe damage there. Not sure if Troy Donahue may have gotten tapped there or not. We are checking on pit road here, and top 3 looks like they will remain the same. I think Why the King just got Herman, or maybe not. Herman may have got him there, so Herman back to 3rd. Why the 4th, and Eddie Rayleigh will now find himself in the top 5 position. And 20 laps in, and already both of the crashes and cautions that we have seen tonight have been horrendous.
Brutal.
That's Charlotte.
Brutal.
Brutal.
All right, that was a little much.
I think Irv has officially called it. Yeah, he did.
I wouldn't see much point in keeping going after that lick.
No. Yeah, I'm right there with you. Cody brings down pit road after leading a lap. Steve Grant keeps it out on the racetrack for now. Well, I guess it's kind of as you said, like trying to limit the damage. Well, he's going to at least gain a couple of points with leading a lap now. So damage control at its finest right there, when you get every little bit that you can with a destroyed race car. You just gotta hope that thing can last the full race, and that there's no hidden engine damage in there that will eventually do him in.
Well, that's the thing with the realistic damage, is if they shut the engine off at all, you got to turn the grill tape down. Otherwise, even though it'll be at lower RPMs, the engine struggles, starts to overheat more, and yeah, it's no bueno.
No. Yep, that engine is just like Damocles with the sword hanging over it. At any point, it's gonna fall. Anybody?
Yeah, that one went right over my noggin.
I have a hyperfixation, and it's unhealthy. But I don't care. I will shoehorn that in as much as I can. The heck did that term even come from, shoehorn?
Good question.
I sound like Joe Troyansky. It's like the random shower thoughts that you have during a race, especially under caution. Regardless of the fact the lights are out on the pace car, and McDaddy and Caleb Lingle continue to hold their 1-2 positions. Herman Reese, thanks to a decent pit stop there, will get 3rd place back from Wiley King. And Eddie Rayleigh in 5th as they run. Ricky Bumble up to 6th. How about that for the 85? Hugh Gates 7th. Steve Rubino, Ryan Johnson, and Ron Simpson. We'll see if Ryan Johnson may have made any adjustments after some scary moments for that 78. Lucky to still be keeping that thing pointing in the right direction. Hopefully that will remain the case. See if McDaddy can keep up those good restarts through 1 and 2. The pace car makes the turn down after our second caution of the race, coming to lap 25 of 120. And here we go, both the top 2 Fords getting it back going. Ooh, Caleb's dancing that thing. But holds on to it. But once again, at 28, smooth like butter. I think Caleb's got to get a lap or 2 on those tires before the thing starts to come in with him. Checking on through the field here real quick. Everything's looking pretty shipshape at the moment. Actually, no, it is not. Randy Smith's engine has said no thank you. Caution back out.
You know what's funny is I had my mic muted still, and I said Randy Smith has blown up, and you instantly saw what I was talking about.
I was just thinking, like, man, Zach's being awfully quiet.
I just went to peek through the field, and I see Randy down, blown up, and I'll tell you what, I told you. Once you get severe engine damage, it tends to just blow up on you. And Randy's engine was like, I'm not even going to try, dude. I'm done.
Randy's engine was exposed to the open, and boy, that thing didn't even get a lap under green before it went. But I mean, look at that car. Nothing left of the front end. For Gen 6 BR15, I think that's about as bad as it gets. Boy, had another one to the garage here. That is going to be 4 cars out. The header is what is officially listed.
I give him credit for trying, but I knew that thing was toast when it hit the wall that hard.
Got toasted once it was all said and done.
Keith is gonna stay out?
Everybody just faking it here? Yep, everybody fakes it. Well, except for a few guys. Ryan Johnson will be the first to lead them down. Ron Simpson also down with Duke Sorensen. Drew Donahue has also been kind of hanging back quite a bit in that 81. Not sure if he is also running with a wounded race car or not. That 81. Seeing a lot of clutching going on up here. I guess you are pretty close to being in the realm of probably being able to, well, 100. Theoretically, maybe you could 2-stop it from here. My math is serving me correctly here. 90 laps. Just a little over 90 laps here.
I don't know. It's close. They didn't pit there. They didn't pit. If they had pit, yes, you could have made it on a 2-stopper, potentially. But they didn't pit, so I think they're still going to be short.
We get the 1 to green this time by or not.
Could be.
No.
Still on.
Not yet.
Speaking of fast, yes, I am looking forward to it. Because there were so many of us that had made the start count. Playoffs had started, but technically we weren't doing eliminations. But so now it's just 6 of us because one of our playoff guys missed 2 of the races. So, yeah, it should be a good time as long as I can win a race or see somebody else win 2 of the 3 races. So that way I can just points my way into the finale. But probably going to go out and try and get a win somewhere. If I don't get it at Vegas, I won't be pressuring yet. I'm just going to have to, if whoever wins Vegas, I'm going to have to try to push to the win at Dega. That might have to be the game plan.
Dega for whether it's this series or fast or wherever it is, any super speedway is just survive and hope that you end up in a decent enough position that it's not going to affect you too severely in the standings. I can tell the feeling is shared in your case.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll really see a huge number increase for Dega. We've been averaging around 8 to 10 cars every week. We might get lucky and get like 15, but I don't think we'll see a huge increase otherwise.
Under green now, so it will be exactly 90 laps to go. Of course, this one for an engine failure on Randy Smith. Like we said, we started with 19. We're already down to 15.
Oh, I just clicked on the Maverick stream at Talladega, and Tate Dorsey's spinning out. They are on lap. They just got to lap 21 and 98 under Yeller, so they are apparently not doing as hot as we are either. So
They're at Dega themselves. Ooh boy.
it looks like they got a full field over there tonight.
That does not surprise me at all. Talladega tends to bring them all out, and especially when you got a series like Maverick, where 9 times out of 10, at least like 10 guys are going home. So pace car pulls it back down. Back down to Caleb Lingo, gets him back going here. 90 laps to go, and Caleb definitely has the restart gear, that's for sure. Frames are taking a dump there, but getting everything back going here. And once again, Keith, another good 1 and 2. Caleb a little closer to him that time compared to before, but everyone's still just stringing out and trying to get the rhythm going. As you said, very rhythm-based track. You just want to settle in, let these tires come to you, and then once they do, you just got to try to, like we said, log laps and make sure it doesn't get loose on you, like we've seen a few times out of several drivers.
Yeah, turn 4 seems to be the corner bidding people tonight for sure.
Getting up to 6th place there by Ricky Bumbalo, and Steve Rubino looking to follow suit here as 85 getting stuck on that high lane. Not really where you want to be on a track that, as you said, pretty much shares the characteristics of the game track.
Dan Rubino's got a bit of a wounded duck himself. And with Troy Donahue.
Fugate got a little aggressive there with Eddie Rayleigh, but move that number 9 up into the top 5 already.
See, right now what I'm seeing is Dan. Dan looks like he's faster through the corners. He's got a better handling car than Troy, but Troy still has more horsepower. So anything that Troy loses in the corner, he's making up on the straightaway. Oh, this time he's going to make up a ton through the corner.
Yeah, I think he's gotten hit a couple times. Just look like kind of glancing blows that we've seen, but obviously realistic damage. It don't take much.
Troy's car looks pretty clean. I think he's just a little, takes him a little bit to get the car rolling.
Ooh, and he really is looking a little squirrely himself. A couple times that he's been dancing with that thing in the middle of 1 and 2. Ryan Johnson's going to take a spot there from the 07. Move himself up to, I believe that'll be 8th, rather. Seems like it takes a handful of laps, but then once we get going, must be the right rear getting hot or something, because everybody starts to dance, and not in a fun way. Except for Keith, he gone. Oh, it's someone else is through the dirt.
It was Dan. He's got no rear end, so
no downforce.
Yeah, he ended up getting behind Troy, and then he was trying to keep it from hitting the wall off of 4, and it just turned straight down onto the grass. Didn't really go around completely until he hit the asphalt on the quarter mile. And then he smacked the inside pit wall on the driver's side. Oh, and then he hit the wall that sticks out behind the pace car. Insult to injury.
Goodness gracious. A rough night getting even rougher for the 44.
Yeah, he's struggling. The car's even more beat up now.
Riley King all over the back of the 113. Giving him a lot to think about. Pretty much everybody second on back is like really tight. Back to about 11th. Duke Sorensen at the tail of this line. Ryan Johnson's going to look for 7th place on the 13 of Kodian. And we'll take that spot. That could have been contact 07 and 85. Thankfully, it was not.
Now, so the geometry is a little different here compared to game track. So I think they could carry a little more speed, like another 2 to 3 mile an hour through the corner. But Heath is just driving away from them, and none of them are getting by Caleb right now. So, you know, this is giving Caleb some clean air to work with, but it is not helping the handling of his car.
Keith's gone already, catching the 44.
Well, the 44 did spin.
And, oh yeah, you see how much even more wounded it is now.
He hit the wall again.
Ryan Johnson, another spot gain. That will be 6th. On the 112. Caution appears to be out. And there's another engine, and no, it's Steve.
Yep. I told you that one was coming too.
Unfortunately, so he actually pulls it behind the wall.
A little funny bit of realism right there. Right next to the ambulance.
Oh,
what's Keith doing?
Carbon. Uh-oh.
Showing off on their yellow?
I was going to say carbon copy of what happened to Randy Smith. Now I'm curious.
Oh, he went down, touched the paint. It's like he was distracted, and then he scuffs the wall and turns it off the wall and spins out. What the hell was he looking for? He was reaching for something, and
this is a replay of it. Oh yeah, I see what you mean.
It looks like he was reaching for something, going into the corner while slowing down, and he about ruined his night.
At least he didn't hit anything.
Can't be doing that.
No, not at this point. Wow.
Now he got lucky there, and he needs to check his surroundings, make sure he's not reaching for anything or whatever the heck he was doing there.
Very lucky escape. We're keeping an eye on pit road here. See who emerges where.
Keith will keep the lead.
Wiley will keep third. Just on Herman Reese getting ahead of him the last time. Kind of keeping an eye on that, but as it stands, looks like everyone top 4 will remain where they were. Ryan Johnson gains another position, so that's 78 now up into the top 5. Some valuable adjustments so far made to that 78, and seems to be coming to life here. We'll find out for sure, of course.
Well, Andrew, I'm going to go raid the break room while we're under yellow. Do you want anything?
I think I still got enough body armor. I think I'm good for now.
Drink plain water, but okay.
Also responding to something there. As mentioned earlier, of course, you got the extravaganza races coming up here. 4 days in a row, starting Thursday. 2 CCR races. 1 with the original Cup Series mod at Daytona. Following that will be Air Radiate at Nashville. Then Prime Time on Saturday night. And then Fast from Las Vegas on Sunday night. And then, of course, we'll be back to Vegas for Hobo next Tuesday. Lots of racing action coming up here. And, of course, another CCR race next week when the Air Radiate season concludes. I cannot remember. Oh, it's Texas World. That's where it is. Texas World next week. Dan Rubino will get a lap back. Ignition is the word given on the number 11 that did him in. 2 guys that were a bit further back in the championship, but with possible chances to make up ground. Unfortunately, looks like they will end up losing ground tonight. 31 and 11. Really unfortunate there.
You ever grab vodka by mistake instead of water because they're both clear?
I can't say I have.
I didn't actually grab vodka by accident, but I just wanted to say.
I was gonna say, if you just brought vodka into this booth,
No. If I was gonna bring something into the booth, it'd be tequila, 1800. But I haven't had any 1800 in like a year. I don't drink that much anymore.
I think I've only ever had a proper drink once in my life.
And it wasn't when we went to Buffalo Wild Wings, that's for sure.
Nope, I'm a lemonade fanatic, and you saw that on full display. Nope, it was a watermelon daiquiri that I had at a family gathering. It was pretty good, but I don't think it really did anything to me.
No, you like your sweet alcohol. Sweet alcohol is dangerous because the sugar dehydrates you even faster.
True.
Speaking of people who know what drinking is like, we got Mac Daddy on the lead. Back to the restart.
And
75 laps to go.
Hopefully not having any beers here tonight. He wants to keep that thing in the lead.
Maybe that's what he was reaching for under yellow. He should have waited until he was on pit road, though.
Caleb is inching closer and closer to him every restart so far. But still, Keith has proven to be the master there through 1 and 2 on the initial jump. Neither of those 2 guys have left their starting positions this entire race. Wiley King looking strong there in third.
We've had 2 cautions for incident and 2 for blown engines. So see if we can maybe start to get this thing rolling green here. These guys get a good long run in. 2 more pit stops required on the night. You know, this is technically a long race, 120 laps at, you know, a mile and a half. It's a pretty good long race.
Oh, yeah. Had a couple of big incidents earlier on. And then our last couple cautions have been for engine failures as a result of said incidents. This makes me nervous about how long Dan Rubino can continue.
Well, I think Dan mostly has rear end damage, but he did smack the inside pit wall, and then he hit that wall that juts out behind the pace car pretty hard. So he might have gotten some engine damage from that, but we'll just have to wait and see.
Ryan Johnson looking pretty racy here. He's gotten his way up to 5th, and he wants some more. He is trying to get a peek here on the 73.
Steve Rubino looking to the inside of Ron Simpson for 10th.
Well, there, Rubino can find his way into the top 10. As Ryan Johnson not with the best corner there, and now Fugate's actually going to get to his outside. Don't think that's going to work out too well, and Johnson should hold on to that spot for the time being. Mac Danny, though, my goodness gracious. As long as he's not reaching for anything at his desk, he is looking mighty, mighty strong and continues to inch ahead away from that 113. Johnson able to get that thing pinned down pretty far. Oh, goodness gracious. That's a lot of dust and smoke.
It was Dan Rubino, and he has officially retired for the night.
That's another one down. We are down to 13 cars out of the 19 that started.
Just came around on him again off of turn 4, and he locked it up, slid through on the straightaway. Actually, someone else had gone through the grass before him. Who was it? Was it Ryan Johnson again?
No.
Oh, no, it was Harry Cody, and this time Harry did a good job. Harry got real loose right at the end of the exit of turn 4, gave it a quick tap on the brake, drove through the grass, was good to go.
Still running 8th. Is that 13?
Everybody's trying to be Dale tonight, the old pass in the grass, except all they're kicking up is dust.
It's a smoke screen. That's what they're trying to do. Closing in on the halfway point here at Charlotte. In about 7 laps' time, Ryan Johnson continues to hound Herman Reese for the 4th position.
Yeah, this version of Charlotte, they need to fire their landscaper because they've let the grass die.
Oh, we got guys clipping the apron all over the place here. Why the King did it, Herman Reese just did it. And now Ryan Johnson will officially get that 4th position.
Told you guys, that white line is no bueno.
That white line is deadly. How about Harry after an off-track excursion there? He's back in at racing here for 7th place with Eddie Rayleigh. And Bumble right behind them as well, so still a lot of guys that are trying to make some noise and make something happen. As my goodness, Ryan Johnson, he's cutting the front straightaway about as much as he can there without clipping the grass. I want to pull a Dale Jr. from Texas quite a few years ago.
We had a race at Mondays to Thunder a week ago at Charlotte, and I got really aggressive coming through the quad oval. There were cars side by side in front of me, and I decided I have a big run. Oh, we're under caution. Oh, there goes my story. We'll have to wait a second.
Oh, and, well, I had to say something about Bumbleow, although it wasn't directly about him, so that doesn't count.
Yeah, he actually loses it on entry to 3 here.
Oh, yes. Turns in and goodbye. And now that, oh, another rear end that's going to be struggling for downforce.
He's going to want to tighten that thing up, or he going to spin it again. But anyway, so, wow. To finish my story real quickly before pit stops here, we came off 4. I had a run. They were 2 wide in front of me, and I decided I can use the turf. Why not? So I sent it down there. I think I had both left sides completely in the turf. Car slid up, almost took out the guy on my outside and caused a big wreck. But boy, it was fun. Worth a shot.
Everybody back down once again.
We're just about at halfway, and it's been almost 50 minutes. Hopefully the second half takes 30 minutes. I'm sure the drivers hope it takes 30 minutes too.
Sometimes you're in it for the long haul, and kind of knew this would be one of the longer races.
Oh,
Next
Maverick.
week, I think, is scheduled 107.
Maverick is currently only on lap 35.
Oh, wow. Weren't they on, like, lap 20-something when you checked in that last time?
Yeah, that was when we were on 34? 27? We were on 27, 28, I think. They were on 20, and they had just crashed.
Around there, yeah.
See if I can see how many cars they got on the lead lap out of the full field.
So, gotta mention Ryan Johnson just gained another couple positions here. He is up to 3rd place now. Wiley King falls to 5th. And Herman remains 4th. What's this 78? He seems to be finding something. Question is, does anybody have anything for that 28? Appreciate you, Dan. Sorry for your luck tonight. Hopefully it turns around heading into Vegas.
Maverick has 36 cars on the lead lap. Looks like 39 still on track. So they're not taking out a lot of cars, so that's a good thing. They have a long way to go. I doubt that race ends for quarter to 11. They're likely going to finish at or after 11, depending on how many more yellows they get over there. Good thing we're not doing that one. We're already halfway for here. Need him to go green. Come on. Give me that green flag racing. That's what I want to see. The green flag racing. Pacing under yellow sucks.
Gio. 28-113. Still looking like the class of it so far, but with Ryan Johnson up here in 3rd now.
I'm surprised we have this extra pace lap. I mean, everyone that got on track, and everyone else is retired. I'm surprised there's an extra pace lap. It should be first time by pit, come around, have a second time to pit, and then lights off. But we are not getting that.
Lights should go out this time. I would imagine that will get us to the green flag officially to kick off the second half of tonight's race. 44, yep, called it the night as we mentioned earlier, so yeah, with everybody on the lead lap, of course the 85 going to be with a lot of rear end damage. Race of survival, sometimes you get those, and you just got to hope that that front end is staying the front end the entire time and not kicking out and wanting to become the back end. That was a very weird way of saying spinning out. So, pace car will make the turn. Mac Daddy. Keith McLean looking to extend that point lead. Caleb Lingle hoping to chip away at it. 55 points coming into this race. How will it turn out heading into Las Vegas? We will find out now in 60 laps time. We're back to it here. Ryan Johnson now into the fray. Herman Reese still fourth, and Wiley King holding on to a top 5 as they run. Representing Speedland.com. Kind of usual affair here for the first couple laps. Just get the tires up to temperature, get your rhythm going. And the same as we've been seeing. Seems to be about that 6-7 lap window is when the handling starts to maybe take a shift.
Yeah,
And
that's
that seems to be
about
when things start to go ugly.
Yeah, it's about when the right rear reaches its peak temperature that you would want it to get at, and if it goes over that peak temperature, it's when you see people start to get loose, start to step out. We've seen Harry catch it. We've seen Ryan Johnson catch it twice.
I think he just caught it again.
Mostly been off turn 4, but you can see it happen anywhere on this track. You got to be smooth with the steering wheel here and smooth on that gas pedal when you get on and off the throttle. Right now, I'm going to watch Ricky Bumbalo for a little bit while you watch the other guys, because I want to see if Ricky can hang on to this thing.
Right on. Yeah, Ryan Johnson, I think, had a moment off of 4 just a lap or 2 ago and nearly lost a couple of positions. Thankfully, just only loses 1 and is able to slide in behind Herman.
Ricky had a little wiggle going in the 1. Not a big wiggle, just a little wiggle. Oh, it was arcing a little funny off of 4, but...
Oh boy, that condition's just going to get worse. Newgate and Wiley King pretty close here. That is for a top 5. Newgate, we know, is very rarely hesitant to make moves. Wiley King with his personal best lap of the race that last time by, 29.0.
Oh, Duke Sorensen with a big save off of turn 4.
See him going side by side further back there in the shot. Props to him, though, we stay green. Just as you were hoping for. Johnson looking to take 3rd place back. Not quite going to be able to get to the quarter panel.
Oh, we got a wreck.
Oh, that's ugly. Oh, that's big ugly.
Spinning. Started with Rayleigh. Rayleigh caught it, I think, for the most part. Or actually, the wall caught it.
Eddie he actually didn't even spin.
Yeah, Eddie locked the brake down all the way, slid it up to the outside wall, and outside wall saved them, and then I don't know if Ricky saw that and just completely lifted, or it just stepped out on him, on Ricky again, going into turn 3. That'll be Ricky's night, I believe.
I think you're right.
Yeah, because the yellow wasn't Eddie, the yellow was Ricky, so that's 2 on Ricky. That's a tough break.
And Eddie is also going to end up with a wounded race car. That was a big shot to the outside wall.
Yeah, that's going to make him tight. He didn't really get any... I don't think he got any significant rear end damage there, but that's going to make him tight. He's actually going to stay out here to get some bonus points for leading a lap.
Everybody back down pit road should now be within one-stop territory.
Yep. Yeah, it'll be a one-stop from here. Down to 12. Man, this is the most brutal race we've seen so far here in the chase, and I feel like I kind of jinxed the race because I said that everyone's got a good setup at Charlotte. Well, everyone's been wrecking.
A tough track, swirly track. I think I even remember it being kind of like this first time out. As looks like pretty much everyone top 6 at least will remain where they were. I don't think that anybody aside from Keith has led any green flag laps. Anyone that has led other laps has been under yellow. Hey. Sometimes a track like this, especially in Cup Physics, it is brutal. I've always tried to figure out how the heck to drive Dover Cup Physics. I just can't do it, especially open setup. I cannot do it.
Dover. Ooh. Dover is really difficult, even for me. I got it figured out that first half of the run, but once those right side tires go yellow, oh man, you got to be watching the throttle. You're tight on entry into the center, and then you want to get back on the throttle, and it's just, it just wants to step out on you. Last 10, 15 laps of the run especially, you are pretty much half throttle coming out of the corner. You can't even get all the way on the gas until you're on the straightaway.
We've officially reached lap 69. Oh, so very nice indeed.
Very nice. Yes, indeed.
Found out that Download Fest is going to announce the lineup next year, I think in November. Which, while that doesn't affect me so much, that's still kind of exciting. I'm on the festival hype train at this point after attending one. Holy cow. To anyone who has not attended a music festival, if you can afford it, give it a go. I mean it. It's awesome. Should be getting the lights out this time by here, which will be 50 to go. Anybody have anything for this 28? I'm gonna sneeze. There we go. Oh, that felt good. Thank you to everybody for tuning in here so far. Getting into the second half of this race. Well into the second half. So far, these top 2 have been untouched, especially the 28. Caleb has not left that second spot either. So props to him. If they continue to run this way, it'll be minimal damage as far as Caleb losing points. But still, heading into Vegas and then Dega. I feel like Caleb's got to be thinking, man, I've got to try and gain some of this back.
Think about this, Andrew. I'm pretty sure Keith is getting 10 bonus points for leading the most laps tonight.
Oh, yeah, that's already... If that's not locked up yet, that's going to be locked up in just a handful of laps.
It should pretty much be locked up by now. I know we've had like 5, 6 yellows, but I don't think we've had 5 or 6 guys really stay out to lead laps much tonight. I would say Keith has pretty much locked up 10 bonus points. So even if one of these 2 guys behind them were to pass him and win, they would only be gaining 5 points.
Small handful, yeah.
If
Every
he
bit
gets,
helps.
if he
But
were to finish, second, of course. 50 laps to go, though. We'll see now. How can we go green?
still going to be another pit stop to go here. Top 5 remain McLean, Lingle, Reese, Johnson, and King. Steve Rubino up to 8th at the moment, and last car currently in this pack. Looks like they had a little bit of separation. Duke Sorensen, a lot of side damage. And seems to be struggling for pace. Ron Simpson slips back a little bit. Still scored 9th. Once again, Fugate getting pretty close to Miley King here. Got a bit of a run. He's gonna tuck in just for now. Yeah, we'll see if these guys are gonna be able to make it to green flag pit stops. If they do, then that's gonna be a whole nother wrench into things. As far as when you pit, or how long you stay out. And obviously, execution is going to be huge. Coming on to 45-mile-an-hour pit road like this. Keith, back into familiar territory.
Yeah, he's just got such a good race setup here, and it's been short run after short run. It's just really been benefiting his setup here tonight so far.
Went around to take the lap 75. Herman a little closer there to Caleb than previous. Kind of checking on the fastest laps counter here. Harry Kodian actually holds that honor with a 28.961. Even Keith McLean with running his personal best just a lap or two ago with a 29.053. That only puts him 9th, but I think that tells you something about just the pace that you need to hold. Just keep the car under you. It's the most crucial part. Or outright, just hot lap speed really ain't going to do much for you here.
That's not really by much either, Andrew. That's really only about, that's not even a 1/10 of a second that Harry's lap is over Keith's. You know, most of that's just a little bit of draft. I mean, Keith runs the 29.053 in clean air, and the next guy behind them is, running, a little faster, maybe running a 9.74. That's just a little bit of draft.
Yeah, even with the Cup physics, draft will definitely play a part in helping you gain just that extra 1/10 or 2 as far as speed goes. That's why these top 8 have pulled away as they have. Ron Simpson and Eddie Rayleigh still 9th and 10th. Luke Sorensen, Troy Donahue, they are top 12, and I believe the 12 remaining cars on the track. Ricky Bumbalo has also called it a night, showing tire reason for retirement. Interesting.
He had the park
tire.
because that was his second yellow. That was the real reason he had the park. I think it just put tire because he probably had a tire down when he retired.
Yeah.
Get it?
Retire. Hey, I made the Damocles reference, so it's only fair that we break something out.
You did? You made a reference? I didn't know.
Trying to think of another one, but I can't think of one on the spot. So I'm just going to look back up front here as we just saw Steve Rubino get by Harry Kodian for 7th.
Tell you, Steve Rubino might finish a race tonight as he clips the white line.
Magoo in chat. Get him, MacDaddy. Well, he's been getting them tonight. Let me tell you what. Honestly, this might be one of the smallest margins he's had all night. Which ain't really saying much. Considering the fact that it's still half a second.
I feel like he started to pull more on that one run when we had gotten past the halfway mark of 15 laps.
Yeah, there was a big gap that he had at one point. But of course, our longest run has not gone deep into the double digits, so
Oh, Eddie, I
that
think might
plays
have
into it.
just. I think Eddie just scuffed the wall off of 4 a little bit. Been riding on board with Duke Sorensen, just watching these two guys back here, see what they're doing.
When they can keep it clean back there. Steve Rubino or Harry Kodian slipping just a little bit back of this group. And now Fugate, last car in this pack here, currently 6th. And Ryan Johnson still continuing to take little peeks. Trying to make Herman think about it here for 3rd. Man, they are all still very much stacked up here. 2nd on back to 6th. Looks like some slight gains being made by Caleb there, although he got a little loose. Good catch, didn't lose a whole lot. But then once you get to within 30 laps to go, the question then becomes, when do you make that decision if we get to that point? Based on when we went back green there, I would have to imagine that they could probably go at least to lap 100, maybe even more.
I think with where they pit, they can make it to 105.
Do you push it that far, do you think?
It's going to depend on who pits when. If you want to undercut a little bit, you could pit a little earlier once you're in the window, but you still lose a lap here pitting on the green, so got to be careful about your strategy call. I think if you're Caleb and Herman, you kind of want to pit first because that'll jump you in front of Keith, but if Keith stays out a few more laps and then there's a yellow, you're donezo. But gotta start taking some risks here as the chase continues. Not many opportunities to get a better point stay than old Mac Daddy.
When you've got a dominant car like Mac Daddy has, you got to do something different from him. Especially, as you said, with him being the points leader. Caleb did gain a 10th that time. It seems like that gap has been kind of seesawing a little bit. Caleb will gain a little bit, then lose it, then gain it, then lose it. Like, right there in particular, gap was pretty much stagnant. Within a couple thousandths. A good run going here. Top 6 remain kind of within the same grouping. Steve Rubino has slipped back along with Harry Kodian, and Ron Simpson's actually closed on them. Is at 25. That's pretty impressive. See if they can get anything going back there. Ooh, Caleb watching up the track there a little bit. Lap time's about 6-7 tenths slower than where they were. That kind of second, maybe a little more fall off that you had mentioned at the beginning. Maybe starting to creep in just a little bit. Still gotta try to manage your stuff as best as you can, and even when you do pit, it's not going to be the shortest of runs if we do make it to that point. But now we are definitely in the window where you can pit whenever you want, and you'll be good to make it. We're coming around to 30 laps to go here at Charlotte. Oh boy, Herman. Right on the tail of the 113 now. Wonder if he's going to start to think about making that move. And thinking, hey, I might have something for Keith here, as Wiley King has just vanished.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Oh, there he is.
He was doing the old stanky leg in the middle of the corner, and then he just went boop.
Ooh, he was gone a long time. That is very fortunate.
He's lucky he came back in before he hit the start-finish line, or he would have lost a lap.
Herman up the track. Ryan Johnson going to try to take advantage of that.
Yeah, tire wear is very evident now. If anyone's got a little bit of an extra something on their right front, they'll get to take advantage. As Ryan, gonna look for third here.
Ooh, I thought Herman may have been in trouble there, but Herman going to try to power around the outside. Try to keep that position. Looks like he might.
Yeah, he's got it.
Just barely, but he will.
Oh, maybe not quite yet.
Ooh, he washes up again. Ryan will take advantage this time with the shorter way around the pink front stretch. He will take that spot, and actually that will put Herman back to P5 as Wiley King is going to take advantage of that as well and move up to fourth. Not what Herman wants either. He's been consistent for these few races of the chase so far, but man, he's got to find something. Uh-oh. Oh, he's short pitting. All right, here we go.
Yeah, he might be thinking, I got nothing else to lose really here if I pit now, so he didn't want to lose 2 positions before he pit, that's for sure. So he's gonna have to make it up a little bit.
Yep, undercut's gonna be the way to do it. Like we said, go off strategy. Go do the polar opposite of whatever Keith does. That's all you're gonna be able to do. You're following his tire tracks, you're gonna finish right wherever you're running. So nothing left to do now but throw something at the wall and hope it sticks. Because man, the handling on all these cars, I can tell, is starting to go a little bit. We got any other takers? I think Wiley King. Yep, here we go for the 95.
Wiley had just posted that he was going to pit.
For second, Ryan Johnson.
Tell you what, Ryan Johnson's got a pretty good long run car tonight.
It's coming around to him. Hale's going to try to take it back. He's like, no, not more points lost. But Ryan can maybe contend. We'll see.
You do not want to stay out too long if you're Keith McLean. There is a point where running it until the gas is all the way empty becomes a disadvantage because you don't give yourself enough laps to make up all the time you lost.
Stay out here. Probably still has about another 7 or 8 that he can go. All the top 4 are continuing on the strategy. Ron Simpson is still out there as well, running 5th.
They can go another 6 if they want to, I believe. Oh, Keith's pitting now. Ryan's pitting now. See if Caleb follows or if Caleb's going to go one more. Looks like Caleb's going to go another. Looks like Fugate is going to go another as well.
And awfully tight there. Keith
sent it in deep.
Very aggressive there, but thankfully a little less eventful than Kansas. Where will Herman emerge, though, in relation? That's going to be the big thing.
Well, Herman just went by pit road now.
Why, the King lost a lot of time. Not too sure what happened there.
Pit entry, pit exit. That's another thing that plays a factor here. You can gain a lot of time, believe it or not, sending it in the pit road and being aggressive on the exit.
As Caleb is in. And out comes Mac Daddy. Where is Herman Reese? Ooh, Herman.
He's going to get the lead.
Oh, yeah, handily.
Now the question is, will he be able to keep it?
Gonna have to try to fend off for 20 laps. Here comes Wiley King with a full head of steam. May take it?
Nope.
No.
Harry
That's
Kodian
big.
as well. Harry had already pit.
That's big that Wiley didn't get past Keith, so that gives Mac Daddy a little more breathing room as far as just running it hard and trying to catch.
3.5 second gap. Ooh, Lingle might actually get out ahead of Keith. Oh,
Oh,
he
he's
tried to pull up and block him.
Oh, don't pull Daytona there, Caleb.
Oh, he was playing with him for a second there.
And to make him think about it.
Oh, Fugate spun it down pit road, I think.
He's just now coming out. Fugate did stay out the longest. I don't think anybody else.
Oh, never mind. That was just smoke from Eddie. Eddie leaving his stall. Never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Donahue also stayed out for a good ways there.
Ryan lost a decent bit of time, and unfortunately for Ryan, Keith came out.
Oh, Wiley hard in the wall.
Keith came out with Wiley and Harry right behind him, so that gave him draft, let him start driving away from Ryan. So Ryan's gonna lose a couple tenths a lap here just because he doesn't have draft. Keith is mowing down Herman Reese. I mean, Herman is a sitting duck right now. Herman kind of needs another yellow so that they all go back down pit road and it equalizes.
Caleb and Harry were just going at it there as well. Harry's also losing the handle on that car. Caleb will take that spot back. Third place redeemed now for the 113. And yeah, it's half a second a lap. Gap 1.8. Coming around to 16 laps to go.
It was
am
3.5.
not liking Herman's chances.
It was 3.5 when Keith came out. And again, like I said, Keith had draft. Herman had nobody. Same with Ryan Johnson. Yeah, Keith is gonna get in his draft here in a moment. He's gonna be hunting down that Cadillac.
But this is what Herman had to do to try and make something of it. And you know that he ain't gonna lay over for this 28. He's gonna defend this thing with all of his might. Lap traffic nowhere near these guys.
You can try, but I don't know. That's a pretty decent speed difference.
Yeah, I
mean,
don't think this is going to end well.
Schmovin is that 28.
Oh, big time. Congrats to Harry Kodian. Just going to shout him out real quick. Getting up to 4th place, at least as they run. Also with that undercut.
It's going to be right here off of turn 4 before turn 1. He's just coming in way too fast for Herman to do anything.
Herman's going to try to defend on the low end.
Keith backed out of it for now.
I think Keith knows, I've got plenty of time. I'll get him. Might be right now.
There. Yep.
For the race lead. Mac Daddy's probably going to send it a little harder here. I mean, he's going to be able to. With the fresher tires and clear back to the point. And now just hoping this thing goes green. 13 to go.
Would be 7th win of the year for Keith. If he can hang on here, that would match Herman Reese's total. And Herman has not won a race yet in the chase.
He has not. Keith, on the other hand,
trying to win his 3rd race. I believe he won Milwaukee and New Hampshire. And I think that's been it, correct?
You are correct. So this will be 3 for 4 in the chase if he's able to pull this off.
No, 3 for 5.
3 for 5. My fault. Why am I drawing a blank? I know Caleb won last week.
Bristol.
won Bristol? Oh my gosh, I'm being totally stupid.
I don't remember.
Actually, I think it was Herman.
I thought Herman had all 7 wins from the regular season.
We will confirm that when these 10 laps are complete, because now I am totally stumped.
I mean, I don't know, because
I don't know who else it would have been.
close. It's been a few weeks, so I forgot.
And I've got a lot buzzing on my mind too, so.
Well, I'll try to look it up on my phone while we get this race in its last 10 coming to 9 to go.
Ryan Johnson's got up to 4th now. Wiley King 5th. Harry Kodian. Oh, battle for 7th there. Fugate's actually going to take that spot. Fugate with the freshest tires on the entire racetrack. Just got by Ron Simpson for that spot. Steve Rubino 9th, and round out the top 10 currently scored is Duke Sorensen. Only 12 cars on the track. Rounded out by Troy Donahue.
Oh, I can't check on Steve's website. He only has the first 2 exports of the season up.
Oh. It is not lap 112 of 12 or 113 of 12. It is lap 113 of 120. We are coming around to 114. There'll be 7 laps to go this next time by, and Keith McLean, clean racetrack ahead of him. Herman Reese potentially falling into the clutches of Caleb Lingle. That might be the next thing that we're going to have to keep an eye out for here.
Caleb should get Herman here for 2nd.
But wouldn't that just be the way? 1, 2, 3 in the championship. They started 1, 2, 3. And they could very well end up 1, 2, 3. Ooh. Things don't get a little close for comfort. With 6 laps to go. And Ryan Johnson is close enough. He could get there.
You were correct. Herman did win at Bristol. Never mind.
Herman
has won in the chase.
I was just thinking there was no way it could have been anybody else.
Glad I fact-checked myself. Yeah, it was Keith, Herman, Keith, Caleb, and now looking like Keith again. So that must mean somebody else is winning next week in Vegas, because Keith wins every other one.
I'm sure Caleb and Herman are hoping it's going to be one of them.
Last time we had a different winner that wasn't Keith, Herman, or Caleb was KJ at Indianapolis. And at the time, that was KJ 3 in a row, Richmond, Dover, and Indy.
Wow. Herman's actually going to fall off the podium here. Ryan Johnson has closed. And I think we'll take this position as well. Ryan Johnson pitted the same lap as Keith. So everything is going to end up pretty much right back where they were.
And at this point, next flag ends the race. We were actually already there last time by.
And 3 laps to go.
What an unstoppable force he has been tonight. Other than that goof he made under yellow, which I'm sure we'll get the story on.
Yeah, I've got to find out, like, what the heck were you reaching for, right? It had to be him reaching for something, or a dog jumping in his lap or something.
Tell you what, Steve Rubino's going to finish a race.
He's going to finish top 10, no less. He is well clear of 10th. So, yeah, he's just got to keep that thing pointing in the right direction. Credit to Steve. Credit to Fugate, who don't think he'll quite have enough time to get a top 5, but Mac Daddy to the white flag. My goodness. We've seen domination throughout the season. This is going to be up there in terms of one of those dominating performances.
I mean, this is a track where, like I said, usually a lot of guys have good setups. You usually see a lot of passing for the lead, but that was not the case tonight. They just couldn't find a way to get a run on this 28.
And off of 4. It is official. McDaddy will extend the point lead and win another one in the chase. It comes at Charlotte. And man, how the championship favorite from the beginning and even the middle part of the season, man, has that shifted. Caleb Lingo, Ryan Johnson, second, third. Herman Reese will finish 4th. And Wiley King, I think, will emerge with the top 5. Fugate, Simpson, Harry Kodian. And indeed, top 10 finish there for the 07. Round out the top 10 will be the 59. And like you said, for the 7th time this season, it's a burn down for the 28. McDaddy is in the house. He claimed this house.
Yep, 15th top 5, 20th top 10. He'll join Steve Grant, Ryan Johnson, Fugate, KJ, and Herman Reese as drivers with 20-plus top 10s on the year. Kind of crazy that KJ has missed 4 races, and he already had 20 top 10s, and Keith didn't.
Heath had a very rocky start to the season. I think that's a big part of why we weren't really counting him as a favorite initially. But man,
You're
he
not
has
gonna
found
count. You're not gonna count last year's champion as a favorite just because he's on a rough stretch.
I did not know the stats from last year coming into this, so
Oh, someone's supposed to tell you.
I mean, I did
Or
know
you're
he was
supposed to ask.
I did know he was the reigning champ. I did at least know that.
Oh well,
Obviously,
he's a
that would be prudent information.
However the beginning of the year goes, don't matter. He's an automatic favorite because he's the past year's champion. He's proven he can win it.
And he's showing why, because he kicked everyone's butt tonight. Holy cow.
That he did. That he did.
Good job to Keith on the win here tonight. We'll get our top 3 finishers in here as always. And we will start with Ryan Johnson with a pretty darn good drive in his own right.
User was moved to your channel.
And that is our 3rd place finisher, Ryan Johnson. Do you copy?
Got a copy.
Right on. 3rd place for you here tonight. Gotta ask you initially, because we saw you really loose early on. Seemed like the thing was really skating around, but that thing came to life, especially in the long run. Any adjustments that you were making earlier in the going?
I made one track bar adjustment. It seemed to help if I could keep it off the apron coming off a 4. So that was the main problem. But one time I come off 4 and it just wanted to snap. So luckily no one got into me and I didn't lose it and was able to save it. So yeah, just a little tricky tonight, but hey, happy with the 3rd.
I would imagine so. You caught Herman there at the end. I know, of course, the opposing strategies. But all things considered, though, aside from Keith, who was pretty much in a league of his own, it seemed like you were probably the next best car because you were able to work your way forward. And like you said, with that track bar adjustment, seemed like it made a big difference there for you. Car seemed to come into you much better there once you made that adjustment.
Yeah, that, and maybe when I scraped the wall the one time, and I never did get it all fixed, so maybe that helped a little bit too.
Tighten her up a little bit.
Yeah.
Still pretty impressive there. I guess last question I'll ask you is just with the track handling the way that it was. Obviously, we saw a lot of guys really skating around, especially in turn 4. That seemed to be the spot where it really unloaded. How did it feel from your perspective just throughout the course?
Yeah, I mean, it was basically like you just said, turn 4. It was kind of tricky, especially on cooler tires. As the run went on, it was fine. Just had to keep it keep it a little bit above that line instead of hitting that apron. But all in all, just kind of a quiet night for me to move myself up there kind of quietly. I thought kind of a boring race, but hey, was able to get track position and keep it. And was kind of worried there last round of pit stops. I don't know if Wiley and Harry took two, and it seemed like they fell off, and I didn't think I was going to catch Herman. I know he pitted a little bit earlier than everyone on that strategy, but I thought, man, I don't think I'm going to be able to catch him. But I was trying to get a podium. Haven't been up here in a while, so glad I was able to do it.
Hey, always glad to talk to you, man. I'll turn it over to Zach if he's got anything.
Yeah, man. How killer was it there when you came out of pit road on that last stop to not still be with Keith? Because it looked like once he had Wiley and Harry behind him, they just drafted right away from you.
Yeah, I mean, he just took off. I thought I had a good pit stop, but evidently not as good as I thought. It was kind of skating around on the apron there, so I backed off just a little bit too much, being a little cautious. But I didn't think I had anything for him anyway. So, been like I told Caleb, I think a couple more laps, I probably would have got around him, but still happy with the finish.
As you should be, my man. Vegas next week. Of course, the flatter version, the game track. Thoughts, expectations heading into that one?
Yeah, I like Vegas. It's a good track for me, so we'll see what I can come up with. I know I'm pretty much out of the championship hunt, but see where I can work myself up to get the best position I can in the series. So been a long season, ready to get it over, ready for a little break. So, but we'll keep fighting till the end.
Fight on, my man. Before we let you go, though, we'll let you have the floor. You know what to do.
Shout out to Hobo Racing. Thanks for all they've done through the years. I even know we're going to have some transition coming up next season. I want to thank the Rubinos, all the admins that helped put this on. It's a fun place to race, and I've really enjoyed it. And I hope we carry it on and it goes just as well as it does now. Love the group of guys we race against. We race hard. I think we race pretty clean. And shout out to you guys for taking time to broadcast us, put us on display, so some people watching can see what we're doing. I don't know if any of my buddies from CCR joined in tonight to watch, but if they are here, shout out to them. See them tomorrow night, and that's pretty much it. So, thank you again.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, you had a couple guys jump in there, and they've usually been tuning in, so that's been pretty cool. But hey, best of luck heading into next week, and hey, we'll see you hopefully Thursday, Friday.
All right, appreciate it. Have a good night, guys.
Thank you, my man. Ryan Johnson, third place on the night here. Next up here, second place finisher Caleb Lingle.
User was moved to your channel.
Another podium for the 113, but just one spot short. But Caleb, do you copy?
I do.
Well, despite the fact that Keith was pretty much in his own league for the night, you kept that baby in second place the entire time. Seemed pretty much unfazed there for the most part. I mean, obviously working your way forward there after pit stops are all said and done. But all in all, was there anything you felt like you could have done differently as far as the strategy went, or trying to get up to him?
Winning the pole would have been the first thing, but I don't think that would have held off Keith. But I don't know. I just didn't have the speed in the car that they did. I felt handling felt good. I just didn't have the speed. Keith was faster. I believe Herman was faster too. I just had good track position on him, and Wiley was quick, and so was Ryan. But track position was big for me. But yeah, I think Keith and Herman were quicker. I don't know what I could do different. Obviously, we come back here, I'll try something different.
Was passing that difficult out there? Because as you said, yeah, track position seemed like it was more of a factor than anything else.
Yeah, it was hard to pass. You had a lane and a half to play with. People drove it in different to the corner. Some took it easy. Some threw it in a little bit harder, or went high, went low. But there in the middle, everybody was running close to the same line. So it was hard to pass somebody. When I passed Herman High there towards the end, that's the first time I ran the high line, or really to go around anybody. So I didn't know what was going to happen, particularly off of the turns. I didn't know if it was going to get loose, but I was tight then, so it all worked out. But yeah, it was track was really hard to pass on.
And as far as the handling went, we were seeing guys kicking the back end out quite a bit, especially in turn 4. Were you experiencing that as well?
I was a little bit going into 3 and coming out of 4. That was my trouble spot. If depending on how fast or soon or how much turn wheel I had into it when I started lifting, it could get a little loose. And then, if you were trying to drive through the corner and had a lot of wheel in it on the exit, it would get loose on you. But I try to focus all night to avoid doing that.
Fair enough. Zach, any questions for our runner-up?
Yeah, as we get here now into the second half of the chase, what do you need to happen to that 28 for you to get back in this thing?
we need a good week at Talladega, and he needs a bad one. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. We're both running really well. It's next week's going to be who knows what's going to happen. But yeah, I need some bad luck on him and good luck on me. But the same could be said for him. Good luck for him, bad luck for me will make his championship run a lot more calmer.
And we got 2 more weeks before Talladega. We got to get through Vegas. I guess I'll wrap up before we get to your closing remarks. Expectations heading into Game Track Vegas, a little different from what everybody's probably used to.
Honestly, I don't know how I've ran there in the past, so I'll have to go back and look at the history. But we'll try to be in the top 5 at least.
Hey, keep the podium streak going. Finish podium every single chase race so far. So
why not?
Hey, why not? We get to talk to you every time, and it's been awesome. Hopefully, it'll go your way there. But before we let you go, though, well, you know what to do, my man.
All right. Yeah, I thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I thank my teammates and those that are helping me with setups. Big shout out to family that's watching. My mom, my dad, I got sister and her kids, and my kids like to watch every now and then. So yeah, I got a crew of folks I like to watch. So shout out to all of them and everybody else that's watching. Rabinos for putting on Hobo, y'all for broadcasting, and yeah, and everybody out here racing. It's most of the time it's pretty good, clean, hard racing.
Hey, good hard racing indeed. Hopefully, we'll see some of that at Vegas, and hope to see you up front, my man. But good job tonight. Well done.
Thank you, sir.
Gambling goal with
User was moved out of
another
your channel.
podium finish. That for him is let's see, third, first, second in the chase so far. Pretty darn good, but not as
User was
good
moved to your channel.
as this guy. Mac Daddy's in the house again.
Mac Daddy in the house. How y'all boys like that?
You are
Race high, 108 laps led for Mac Daddy, pure dominance.
Damn. Only time under green that anyone else led was during that pit cycle.
Yep. Car was really good. I mean, I practiced last night. I kept trying different setups, because I knew I've run second with this one twice, and I kept trying different stuff. And then tonight I was like, well, I guess I'm gonna just run that one. It worked out.
It worked beautifully. I was asking the other 2 guys. Loose out there seemed like it was kicking out. That thing seemed like it was on rails for you the entire time. I don't remember any real moments that I saw it getting into any trouble. I don't know how to drive for you.
It was money all night long. I was 3 to go. I think it was like 4 to go. I heard somebody saying, "Oh, somebody's about to wreck," and I was like, "Oh Lord, here we go." And I come across the line with 3 to go. I whispered to Steve Grant. I said, "They can wreck if they want to now. I don't care." And then I went down in turn 1 and clipped apron. I ain't touched it all night. I said, "Let me shut up."
Speaking of touching the apron, coming to one of the cautions, Could you explain what happened?
After taking one of the cautions, like he was reaching for a beer or something, spinning out on the yellow. What you doing?
I did not. I was out of beer, and I was going out. My nose was itching. I was scratching, rubbing my nose. And I looked up and I was like, "Oh crap!"
The nose itch. That's what got him.
Nose itch almost cost you the W.
Almost. I didn't hit nothing though.
Oh
Yeah,
my
you about
gosh.
scuffed that wall there. Almost. Yep.
They were hoping.
Hey, between Kansas actually maybe costing you there and that spin, are you just trying to keep it interesting for the broadcast or something?
Man, I know you was showing Caleb and Herman and all them all night. There wasn't no need to show me. I know. I remember I watched the one race. I'm like, I was leading the whole race, and I was like, well, they were just showing the rest of them all night. So that's cool. I mean,
Hey, you're long gone. I gotta at least show where where two guys are at least somewhat close together. I just seeing one car going around the track just not doing much because he's that darn good. That
it
ain't
was
no
good
good
tonight.
TV.
No, it ain't. No, it ain't. Car was good tonight. Though. Car was real good.
And that tells you pretty much everything there. You've got this thing. You've got this thing well dialed in, and we're heading to Vegas. Any particular expectations with how that might go, given the fact that it's a game track?
It's probably the same way it happened tonight. To be honest with you, I mean, I'm pretty good at Vegas on a game track. So, I mean, the chase kind of all these tracks in the chase, I'm really good at. So, like I said earlier in the year, I'll make it if I get to the chase, and then I'll button down, and then we'll see what happens. So, and you see what's happening.
I've noticed a difference, no doubt about it. Zach, what you got for McDaddy?
Will you stop winning?
I'm trying to keep up with Zach.
Do I gotta come over here?
Come over
Ooh,
here.
I gotta come over here, start racing next year, huh?
Zach Rogers
Come
and
on.
Hobo.
Nah, no, seriously, y'all do great. Y'all do great without me. Vegas aside, what's going to be your goal for Degas? Now you've got a great points lead, and Dega's the one that's looming. So what's the strategy for Dega? We're going to just ride in the back most of the night. We think we're going to maybe just try to stay at the front. I know it's another 2 weeks away, but
The good thing about Dega is two of our teammates are really good at Dega. The two Jeffs, Fugate, Sundrop, that's what I call him, Sundrop, and Steak and Eggs. They're really good there. So we just all end up getting together and just kind of stay together. And as long as we don't get caught up in a mess, we'll be fine.
Right on, brother. Hey, you have 2 weeks away until any of us have to worry about that wild card. We got Vegas to get through. We'll see. We'll see if this domination continues. But hey, I was referring to Caleb when I said he has finished on the podium every single race in the chase so far. Well, guess what? So have you, and you have won
Yes,
every
sir.
other race so far. So hey, maybe that streak will be broken at Vegas with you going 2 in a row. But hey, man, just keep it up, and we'll be watching. And as always, thanks for entrusting myself and Zach for doing this. But hey, before I let you go, man, you know what to do.
Y'all do a great job. We were on the pace lap, and me and Caleb was going down the back stretch. I said, Caleb, this kind of seems familiar, don't it? Because we've qualified 1-2 in so many races over the years. We'll be right there. So, but yeah, I'll give a shout out to my mom and Pete watching again. Thank y'all for watching. And the Gray Ghost did it again. Shout out to Pam. Shout out to the Rubinos. A special shout out to Steve Rubino. I believe this is the first race he has finished. And I don't know, we're going to have to pull out the statistician here. You know how they do on the TV when they call for the statistician? Hey, look that up. We need somebody to look that up, see when the last time he finished the race, because it's been a minute. But yeah, shout out to KJ and Jess. y'all go, girls. Y'all getting y'all stuff back together. So I called them both girls. He's a little eep.
Gonna say.
But anyway, hey, thanks everybody. Appreciate it. I'm glad somebody tuned in. Maybe 2 or 3 people watched it anyway. And
Hey, it
great
was
job,
more
Matt.
than that, and I could definitely confirm that. It was more than that. But,
All right.
yeah,
Y'all be good.
Hey, you too, my man. Great job. We'll see you at Vegas.
See you.
User left your channel.
Peaked at 12. Nice. Thank you to everybody who comes by for these. It's always cool. And actually, believe it or not, Steve Rubino finished 4 laps down, but running at Bristol. So the streak actually wasn't that long, but albeit 4 laps down. So take with that how you will. But Zach, obviously a bit of a rough first half there. We got it going there in the second half, but ain't nobody stopping Mac Daddy tonight.
Yeah, nobody was. Like he said, that thing was fast. It was hooked up, and it was lights out.
Any other closing thoughts before we wrap her up for the evening? I think that is a no. Thank you to everybody who came by to check this out. Again, come on by for CCR Thursday and Friday. I'm excited that Thursday I'm going to have Alex in the booth with me. That is going to be super cool. Haven't had him for an online race in a hot minute. So looking forward to that one. Again, that'll be Daytona. Friday is Aero 88 at Nashville, the super speedway that is. And then prime time for both Daytona and Talladega on Saturday night and Fast at Vegas on Sunday night. It's going to be a packed week of racing, and I am excited to get it out to everybody. But until then, though, thank you again to Zach for coming by. Congrats to Keith on another W and extended that point lead to probably at least about 70 to 75 points at this rate. We will see everybody on Thursday. Until then, a good evening to all. Take care, and bye for now.